What's going on, guys? Drew Riley here, aka Knife to a Gunfight on BladeForums.com, AR custom knives, pretty much everywhere else. Just wanted to get that intro out of the way since I know a lot of you guys will probably see this video who follow my channel regularly, but I'm also going to post this on a discussion that we're having at BladeForums.com regarding surface grinders, belt conversions, and some surface finish issues that I brought up recently. And those of you who've been following the channel for a while have probably seen a couple of videos off and on over the years kind of addressing this. And while I have made several steps to improve what was a much worse kind of chattered finish on my pieces that I'm grinding, I'm still getting it to some extent or the other, and would really like to see if I could get it just about all the way gone, if not altogether smoothed out. So I've been talking to some guys on Blade Forums. They gave me some suggestions. So what I did tonight, I did go ahead and warm up the machine for quite some time, running the table back and forth as well as the wheel. And then I took a small file, put it on the magnetic chuck, and dressed the wheel lightly. And right now I just went ahead and put on a pretty moderately used 120 grit belt. I believe that was a 120. I've knocked the belt splice down already on this and used it for quite a bit of grinding already, but I just wanted to see right off the bat if I noticed any improvement from what I was normally getting. And let's see if we can wipe this off a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what the quote-unquote rough finish is now. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm already seeing quite a bit of improvement here. Now you could still see a little bit of kind of a poor finish there, but not really the pattern or the chatter that I'm normally seeing. And I think a lot of that is the dull belt, and also that I just barely broke the mill scale layer here. You can still see quite a bit of pitting that I haven't pulled out yet. But you know, right now that's really not a terrible finish, especially for the coarseness and the wear on the belt. So what I want to do now is get a brand new recently split 220 grit belt and see if I could dress that a little bit. I'll either knock it down with a diamond pad, you know, like this, or I may even try my hand at dressing it. You know, because it's such a light grit, I may not actually use this. I'll just knock it down a little with a diamond pad, and then I'll do a spark out on this piece again, see if I could take some of that pitting out. And I want to see where the finish is then, because if anything's going to show it, it is going to be a thinner, lighter grit belt, so, or finer grit belt. And just to show you, I got some pretty heavy tension on this. You know, it's pretty tight. Help if I turn my drive on. See, the belt's really not jumping at all. I'm not sure. You know, I'm feeling the serrations just a little bit, but you know, I'm really not sure if that's what I'm seeing on this or not. So like I say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a finer grit belt on there, take up to a spark out pass on this piece, and see what the finish looks like compared to what I have been seeing. So stay tuned. Alright, went ahead and took some passes on a fresh 220 grit belt with the splice knocked down on the die pad, and I went ahead and sparked out on this. And I gotta say, even though this is a piece of mild steel, I'm sure you know, a hardened piece might be just a little different, maybe better or worse. This is easily one of the best finishes I've ever gotten off of this machine. And I think I could probably do a little bit more even yet to probably improve on that. But you know, for what I expect out of this machine and for what I would like to see for knife making, I really don't think I could expect much better than this. So I know the camera's probably not going to show too well, especially with the lighting in my shop. But that is a really nice finish. And if I turn it just right, you know, I could see just a little, I mean, just the slightest variation in finish. You know, that's almost reminiscent of just, I mean, a ghost of that chatter. But, you know, a couple of swipes on a surface plate with some fine grit paper, and I think that would clean that right up. I really wish I had a profilometer so I could check the surface finish on this through that and kind of compare the two, even though I don't know that I even have any old pieces that had that finish. But, you know, just for a few quick passes on a 220 grit belt, I really couldn't be happier with that finish. I think if I put something like a Norex belt or a Gator, you know, one of these, split down on it and sparked out, you know, I think we'd easily be getting close to some mirrored finishes and really looking nice. And that may be something I try in the future. I think I do want to resurface this chuck now. You know, clean everything up, resurface the chuck. Maybe dress the wheel one more time, just ever so lightly, and you know, kind of see what I have there after I warm the machine up. But like I say, I'm really happy with how this turned out. So thank you guys who contributed to Salem's thread and kind of got me thinking and, you know, looking into this a little bit more. You guys definitely helped me out on that one, and we're certainly on the right track. I think I'm going to cut this piece in half, see if I can get these to stick together too. I've always kind of wanted to try that just to check flatness. But at any rate, I won't keep you guys too much longer. I'm sure the discussion will continue and the comments will proceed shortly. But thanks again. You guys are awesome.